Right. Hi students, how are you all? I am back with another video for 8th class students. A letter to a friend. All of you be on page number 15. We have given a letter in the form of C reading passage. We are going through this C reading passage now. Already I told you about what is a letter. And I told you there are two kinds of letters. Each letter has a format. Formal letter, informal letter. Formal nothing but official letter. Informal letter nothing but letter to friends and relatives. I gave you the format of an informal letter even in the earlier class. Now, this is the reading passage under a letter to a friend. You see, whatever I told you, the same things are given here. Hyderabad, 12/11/2012. Hyderabad is the place and 12/11/2012 is the date. So, this is place and this is date. Of course, we have not given clear address. I told you can write the place and the date either top right side of the corner or top left side of the corner of the page. It is not a sin. Any side you can write. So Hyderabad date, place and date nothing but. So this place and date tell us about from which place on which date this letter is written. Clear? Right. Now come to this side here. Dear Suresh, I told you earlier, it's a greeting, salutation, letter to a friend, informal letter, a letter to a friend. So directly the person who wrote this letter mentioned his friend's name. Dear Suresh, this is Ramesh. Now it is clear. Who wrote the letter? Ramesh wrote the letter. To whom did Ramesh write a letter? Ramesh wrote a letter to Suresh. Who are Suresh and Ramesh? Suresh and Ramesh are friends. Clear? Ramesh wrote a letter to his friend Suresh. So this is an informal letter. Clear? Now let us step into the actual reading passage. This is Ramesh. I apologize for not meeting you during your visit to Hyderabad last week. Unfortunately, I had a meeting in my office. I remember how we enjoyed our childhood days in Manikonda village. Every day we played together in our garden. Our family was very big. There were 12 members in our family. I remember how we played in the moonlight. Our grandma used to give us fruit and biscuits. Our grandpa used to tell us fairy tales about the princess, warriors and the village boys. You see, in search in first paragraph, Ramesh tried to remember his childhood days with Suresh. Both are childhood friends. What is the intention of writing this letter? We have given in first line itself. I apologize. Ramesh apologized to Suresh. Why did Ramesh apologize to Suresh? It is mentioned clearly. I apologize for not meeting you during your visit to Hyderabad last week. Suresh visited Hyderabad last week, but unfortunately, its opposite word is fortunately. Unfortunately, Ramesh had a meeting, an urgent work in his office. He was not able to meet his friend Suresh. Suresh left for his place again. So as Ramesh was not able to meet his friend Suresh, Ramesh wrote a letter. Ramesh wanted to apologize his friend Suresh. Apologize in the sense expressing sorry for not meeting his friend during his visit to Hyderabad last week. Suresh came to Hyderabad last week. He wanted to meet his friend Ramesh, whereas Ramesh was not able to meet his friend Suresh because he had some urgent work in his office. Do you understand now? I remember how we enjoyed our childhood days in Manikonda village. Now Ramesh wanted to remember or recall their childhood days the way they have experienced in their childhood life in Manikonda village. Every day we played together in our garden. So Ramesh wanted to make his friend Suresh to remember their childhood days. Every day they used to play in their garden. Our family was very big. Whose family? Ramesh's family was very big. There were 12 members in our family. So Ramesh's family is a big family. 12 members. It's a joint family, nothing but. I remember how we played in the moonlight. So not only daytime, but also in the night even. Especially on a full moon night, they used to play together. That thing also mentioned in the first paragraph. Our grandma used to give us fruit and biscuits. Our grandpa used to tell us fairy tales. So these are the remembrance from Ramesh's grandparents. This is a big family, large family, joint family, consists of 12 members. So Ramesh says that his grandma used to give them fruits and biscuits. Used to, that is the expression. Used to is an expression to say that something happened in the past, but now it is not going to happen. Grandma used to give them fruit and biscuit. Now grandma is not giving them fruit and biscuit. Grandpa used to tell them fairy tales when they were children. Now grandpa doesn't say any fairy tales to them. Okay. His grandma used to give them fruit and biscuits, and his grandpa used to tell them fairy tales about princess, warriors, and the village boys. So grandparents, grandpa, Ramesh's grandpa used to tell them some fairy tales. Fairy tales in the sense, some short stories. They are about princess, they are about warriors, and they are about some village boys. In such, in first paragraph, Ramesh, he tried to recall their childhood days, the way they have spent in their native village, Manikonda. Ramesh and Suresh, they used to live in Manikonda, and the way they experienced their childhood days. Right. Now, let us see what we have given. Second paragraph. Now I am working at Microsoft. I refers to Ramesh. Now I am working at Microsoft. Ramesh works at Microsoft. What is Microsoft? Microsoft is a software company, Hyderabad, as a computer programmer. Ramesh works as a computer programmer at Microsoft, that is a software company in Hyderabad. So Ramesh's family lives in Hyderabad. Now I am working at Microsoft, a software company in Hyderabad, as a computer programmer. I am married and we have a child. Ramesh said that he was married and he had a child. I am married and we have a child. My wife works at Dell, Hyderabad, as a system analyst. He disclosed about his wife's profession even. His wife works at Dell. Microsoft, a software company in Hyderabad. Dell also another company in Hyderabad as a system analyst. Ramesh is a computer programmer, whereas his wife is a system analyst. Ramesh works at Microsoft, whereas his wife works at Dell. How many children did Ramesh have? Ramesh had only a child. My wife works at Dell, Hyderabad, as a system analyst. You know, city life is quite busy. We start in the morning, leave our child at the baby care center, and come back in the evening with the faded faces. We hardly find time to sit together. How disgusting. We work with the computers, think like computers, and live like computers. We have forgotten our family. So here, Ramesh, he expresses his feelings, the way he lives in Hyderabad. He felt very sorry for not meeting his childhood friend Suresh. What caused him for not meeting his friend? In detail, he mentioned in the second paragraph. What is Ramesh? Ramesh is a computer programmer. Where does he work? He works at Microsoft, which is a software company in Hyderabad. What is his wife? His wife is a system analyst. Where does she work? She works at Dell, Hyderabad. Right, you see, according to Ramesh, city life is quite busy, and he mentioned his daily routine even. How do they go to office? When do they go to office? When do they come back? How do they come back? Where do they leave their child when they go to office? Everything is given in clear picture. We start in the morning. Why do they start in the morning? Where do they want to go? Both are employees. Wife and husband, Ramesh and his wife, both are employees. They start in the morning, leave their child at the baby care center. So workplaces, they may not allow to carry their children. So before going to their workplaces, they go to baby care center. Why do they go to baby care center? They have a child, so they need to leave their baby at the baby care center. So immediately Ramesh goes to Microsoft office, his wife goes to Dell office. Maybe both are quite opposite places of the city. East side one company, west side one more company, and north side baby care center, south side their nest, residence place, nothing but an apartment. So they go to baby care center to leave their baby, their child. Child should be taken care by the people who organize that baby care center. So they go to their workplace. They spend from morning to evening in their offices, and evening when they come to their home, again they go to baby care center to collect their child. How do they reach their home? How do they reach their nest? With faded faces. What kind of faces? Faded faces, in the sense dull faces. Morning they go to office, evening again they come back. This is their daily routine. Every day they need to get ready. Morning they need to make their child to ready. They need to drop their child at the baby care center. Both go to their workplaces. Evening, while coming to home, again they need to go to baby care center to collect their child. They come back to their nest. Nest in the sense resting place with faded places. This is the thing we have given. Leave our child at baby care center and come back in the evening with faded faces, not active faces, dull faces. You see, when we come to school early morning, what kind of faces do we have? We have bright faces, active faces. Evening 5 o'clock, when do we go to home, do we have the same kind of faces? No, our faces, they turn into fade, dull faces because of the tiredness. So they spend hours together time at their workplaces. When they come back to their nest, they have their faded faces. We hardly find time to sit together. So 3 people, they are 3. In first paragraph, we came to know that Ramesh's family contains 12 family members, a joint family, a big family. When he was a child, when he was a student, nothing but in his childhood days, this was a joint family, big family, consists of 12 family members. But now his family consists of 3 members only. Ramesh, his wife, their child. So 3 family members, small family, nuclear family. Though they are 3, they hardly find time to sit together. We hardly find time to sit together. How disgusting! So Ramesh expresses his feelings about his life. It was a disgusted life. We work with the computers, think like computers, and live like computers. We have forgotten our family. So both wife and husband, both are employees. They both are working at computer offices only. Microsoft is a computer office. A software company. Dell also it is not software company. Dell is a hardware company. She works as a system analyst. So anyhow, both they sit with the computers, they work like computers, and they think like computers. So they hardly find the time to sit spend time with their child. So this is the way Ramesh leads his life in Hyderabad. So he told that it was a busy life and it was very disgusting, and Ramesh had forgotten his family sometimes. So because of that, he was not able to meet his friend maybe, as he was busy in his daily schedule. So this is about his life mentioned in the second paragraph. The remaining things we will discuss in the next video. Up to that, you should read the two paragraphs repeatedly. Find out the vocabulary, whatever you feel difficult. Go through the dictionary to find their meanings or antonyms. Try to use those words in the form of your own sentences. I will come back again with some other video, the discussion about the upcoming paragraphs. Thanks for watching my video. I will come back with another session soon. Until that, go through the reading passage repeatedly.